Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're exploring something really quite unique in the world of music appreciation.
Yeah, it's based on this fantastic idea from one of our listeners, the author Greensterox.
Right, Greensterox.
Yeah.
And they sent us this concept, this sort of World Cup of music.
Exactly. It sounds simple, but it's pretty clever. You take your albums, randomly group them, say, into fours, like a tournament bracket.
Okay.
Then you listen to those four albums back to back a few times, you grade them, and the top two, they move on.
Simple enough. But what I really liked, what jumped out at me from Greensterox's whole approach, was the honesty.
Totally. They're upfront saying, I don't own every classic, and sometimes even the ones they do own, they don't rate them that highly.
Yeah, they actually said, I know what I like and I know what's good. Besides, de gustibus non est disputandum.
Huh. There's no disputing taste. Love that. It sets a really personal tone, doesn't it? Very subjective.
It really does. Okay, so let's get specific. We looked at their episode 4 results.
Yes. The one titled Time Nor Money Cannot Buy Shakespearean Love Nor Teenage Youth in This Land of Confusion. Quite a title.
It is. And they called the group in this one, Group 4, Impossible. And when you hear the lineup, well, you'll get why.
Oh, yeah. Group 4 had Dire Straits making movies.
Okay, classic.
Bryan Adams' 18 Till I Die. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
The classic.
And Genesis's Invisible Touch. I mean, wow. Talk about heavy hitters.
Seriously. My first thought, Dark Side wins, no contest.
Yeah, you'd think so. But this is where Greensterox's method, this World Cup thing, gets really interesting. Get this. Dire Straits making movies took first place.
No way, really?
Yep, specifically citing tracks like Romeo and Juliet and Tunnel of Love.
Huh. Okay, I can see that. Those are killer tracks.
And then second place, just barely by the skin of his teeth, as Greensterox put it, Bryan Adams' 18 Till I Die.
Bryan Adams beat Pink Floyd and Genesis.
Beat Dark Side and Invisible Touch in this head-to-head, yeah. Greensterox praised its mix, the good old melodic rock of the title track. Right. Alongside sharp pop, like, the only thing that looks good on me. And even ballads like, I Think About You. It just shows how direct comparison can kind of shift things.
Okay, so this is the big reveal then. What happened to Dark Side?
Well, here's the thing. Greensterox admitted they never massively rated it, found it had too many drawn-out passages which lack substance.
Wow. Even acknowledging time and money.
Yeah, acknowledged those. But overall, just didn't connect as much in this comparison. And Genesis, Invisible Touch was just, okay, maybe a bit overproduced.
And they mentioned the bottom 3 were really close.
Yeah, practically nothing between the bottom 3, though. So Adams just edged out Floyd and Genesis in their scoring for that second spot.
That's fascinating. It really shows how this structured listening process, Greensterox's personal journey through it, just completely challenges the idea of these untouchable classics.
Exactly. It's not just about saying, I like this. The method forces this repeated, direct comparison. Maybe it's the context, maybe just how you're feeling that week, but it can genuinely change how you perceive music you thought you knew inside out.
It really invites you, the listener, to think about how personal experience shapes everything, doesn't it? Even with massive, famous works of art.
Totally. And that's why these kinds of deep dives, these personal opinionated takes like Greensterox shared with us, they're so valuable.
Yeah, they make you question that conventional wisdom, Listen again, maybe with fresh ears. Figure out what you actually connect with, not just what you're supposed to like.
Which brings up a good question for everyone listening.
Yeah.
What classic albums, or maybe other art forms too, what do you rate differently from the crowd and why? Maybe try your own deep dive, your own little World Cup with your collection.
Ooh, I like that. A challenge for the listeners.
You might be surprised what you find.